It's a young samurai, I smoke a spliff in the cut, then I pass a lie to my bro. Don't fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that tro. So it's just THC.
BB and Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Hey, look, man. Jerry Jones is really pissed at the NFL. Let's break it down real quick before we get into the story for everybody that doesn't know. There is a player, Ezekiel Elliott. He is the running back for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a very big part of the team. He's very important. He's a really good running back. So basically, he's also in his second year. So basically, what happened is Ezekiel Elliott has a penchant for getting in trouble as far as domestic situations involving himself and females. So then he was suspended by the league, by basically Roger Goodell, suspended him. The Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel's lawyers, I guess Ezekiel's attorneys, they decided that they were going to fight it. So they've been fighting it all season. He was supposed to be suspended for the first 6 games. Then he won that, and it got held off, and they got held off again. And now finally, it's went to the furthest court it could go to presently, I'm guessing, and they have said they're going to uphold the suspension. So he's going to get suspended. And right now, the only way that he is not going to get suspended, I'm guessing if Roger Goodell decides to change his mind. Well, now we're going to throw a little boomerang into the conversation. Roger Goodell is up for a new contract. And Jerry Jones is pissed off at Roger Goodell for suspending one of his better players. So Jerry Jones is saying that if the NFL owners decide to give him another contract, that he's going to sue the NFL. I mean, I don't know where to go with this. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is not taking the NFL's decision to suspend Ezekiel Elliott 6 games well. He made that pretty clear, though through very public comments. A new report from the New York Times sheds more light on Jones' reaction and just how far he might be willing to go to get back at the league. Just when you thought the story wasn't going to get any stranger, it however managed to do exactly that on Wednesday. On Wednesday, the New York Times' Ken Benson reported, citing 3 sources, that Jones has threatened to sue the NFL and some owners over the NFL Commission Roger Goodell's contract negotiations. According to the Times, Jones told 6 owners on the compensation committee last week that he hired attorney David Boyce, Belson. Why am I reading? You know what it is? I'm going to let y'all know right now. Anybody remember that show Benson? It used to come on like in the 70s or some crap like that, 80s, early 80s. Yeah, every time I see Belson, I think of Benson. I'm even seeing the dude that played them, I forget his name right now, every time I see the thing. So, whatever. Belson reported that the dispute stems from Elliott's suspension, with the league handed down after Elliott was accused of domestic violence. Of course, Goodell's handling of the demonstrations during the NFL anthem could also be a factor considering Jones's stance on the protests. Now look, you cannot force people to stand up for the national anthem. That is 100% against the Constitution. So, whatever, Jerry Jones. With that being said, I am 100% with the soldiers, and I'm not saying burn the flag either. All I'm saying is if somebody decides they don't want to stand during the national anthem, they're not breaking any laws. Jones said in a conference call last Thursday with 6 owners, those of the Chiefs, Falcons, Giants, Patriots, Steelers, Texans. Before I go any further, those are like the owners of the freaking NFL. Like, those are the owners of the NFL. Like, if you're gonna go to the most esteemed owners of teams, it would be those 7 guys basically. Jerry Jones and the owners of these teams. Facts. The legal papers were drawn up and reserved this Friday if the committee did not scrap its plan to extend Goodell's contract. As for Boyce, if the name sounds familiar, it's probably because you read about him in the New York Times' recent in-depth story on film executive Harvey Weinstein, who has been accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment of numerous women. In that story, Ronan Farrow reported that Boyce, one of Weinstein's lawyers, helped hire a private investigator firm to attempt to uncover information that would stop the publication of a Times story about Weinstein's abuses when his firm was also representing the Times, including in a libel case. The Times cut ties with the firm and released a statement Monday night. So basically, this Boyce guy, he just does anything. He's 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 just doing all types of stuff behind the freaking behind the backs of others, and might be not very scrupulous. I hope I used that word correctly, but his scruples might not be in the very good. Very good. He might not be very good. He might be not someone you can necessarily trust to do the right thing. We learned today that the law firm of Boyce, Scheidler, and Flexner secretly worked to stop our reporting on Harvey Weinstein at the same time as the firm's lawyer were representing us in other matters. So, okay, so they were representing, this is what I'm talking about. This is basically what they just said like 2 seconds ago. They were representing the New York Times. And while they were representing the New York Times, they were also trying to stop them from reporting the New York Times reporting on Harvey Weinstein, another client of theirs. So that's just a conflict of interest going on all over the place. That's what I mean by you just can't trust these guys. As the law firm was representing us in other matters. The statement read, we consider this intolerable conduct a grave betrayal of trust and a breach of basic professional standards that all lawyers are required to observe. It is inexcusable, and we will be pursuing appropriate remedies. They might be suing these guys. Back to Jones. It's no secret that he disagrees with the NFL's 6-game suspension of Elliott, which is still on hold as the matter plays out in court. Look, okay, you don't like the guy. You don't like the fact that your guy got suspended. But I also remember freaking Tom damn Brady being suspended and freaking over less. I mean, Tom Brady was suspended because some freaking footballs probably didn't have enough air in them. This guy is getting suspended because of conduct where people could have gotten injured or something, and he was being abusive, and it was a domestic violence situation. His situation is much more serious than Tom Brady's situation. Tom Brady went to fight it, lost, and then took his fucking medicine. What's going on with these guys? Zeke was in no way by any standard in this country done anything wrong, Jones said at the end of October per the Dallas Morning News Brandon George. He's done nothing wrong. The league has tried to say that he's done something that we disagree with. We all don't agree with that. I want him to get a fair shot, and he deserves that. It's also no secret that he tried to hijack Goodell's extension talks. In late October, CBS Sports NFL insider Jason LaConfora reported that Goodell's new contract is done as a particular matter, and that Jerry Jones's efforts to hijack the process in a conference call among some other owners on Thursday, it might be the same people, is not feasible. But based on the Times report, Jones still doesn't appear to be willing to simply let Goodell get an extension. As for Elliott's suspension, he might find on Thursday if he's eligible to pay for the remainder of the season and be forced to start serving his 6-game ban immediately. So far, he's yet to miss a game this season as the court battle drags out and goes on and on. Look, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. I'm gonna leave a link to the this page, obviously, but I'm gonna explain to you what the issue is. Let's say he sits out 6 games. Whenever he's supposed to come back, he's not gonna be NFL ready. Because sitting out 6 games, I'm going to assume also means that, I did air quotes, by the way, when I said assume. I'm going to assume, I did them again. I'm going to assume that he's not going to be able to go and practice. So he's not going to be game ready if he does come back. So let's say they don't lose a game. They go to the playoffs. He comes back. He's not going to be game ready. There's one thing that they can do that might be fair, or might be something that Jerry Jones might be able to live with. He's not going to be able to live with anything. I was going to say that if the 6 games falls inside of the playoffs, which it wouldn't at this point, I don't believe that he'll be able to come for the playoffs and then have to take a game or 2 off next season. Look, man, Jerry Jones is not going to be happy. This is a situation where you cannot let the baby have his bottle. You got to fight it. Roger Goodell got to stick to his guns. This is just proof that Roger Goodell is not bending over backwards for the owners of the league, even the most powerful ones. Anyway, put your comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Look, I love all of y'all. Please help keep each other safe. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. So now this brings us to Meek Mill. And Meek Mill's had a couple problems as of late, and it seems like all of his problems revolve around a particular judge. Because the problems that he currently have should have went away a long time ago. Hey, does anybody know why Meek has a cast on? Like, he's not a fighter. Like, how did he break his hand? Did he fall? Anybody know? Hey, leave it down in the comments. I want to know if anybody knows why Meek is currently in a cast. Please let me know. Well, he's not currently in the cast. This is an old pic right there. It says from I don't know how old the pic is, but he got like a cast on. If anybody knows why he got a cast on, please inform me. I want to know what happened to Meek Mill's hand. Anyway, so Meek Mill, it seems, has a very, very powerful supporter. The only problem is his supporter really isn't in a position at currently to help him but so much. And his supporter is the governor of the great state he lives in, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf has launched a hashtag Justice for Meek, a petition campaign to reverse the rapper's 2.4 year prison sentence for violating probation. The campaign was sparked by what the governor sees as harsh and undeserving sentence, and it's already been signed by 141,000 people. Okay, so now if the governor himself can't pardon Meek, what is this petition for? Anyway, more than just a celebrity or a rapper, Meek Mill has been a powerful voice in the community for our youth, said Wolf. He has made positive contributions to our communities and programs, dedicating time, money, and cultivation to our youth and neighborhoods, even through his own adversities. He's continued to be dedicated to showing immaculate work ethic, even at times when the system tried to prevent him from being able to tour, which is how he makes his living. Now, hold on. This is the governor saying this, right? So the governor is stepping out on a limb and speaking positively about the man that we know as Meek Mill. So what is this saying about the judge? Like, seriously, what is this saying about the judge? Now, can a governor be bought? Well, a judge can be bought for a lot less. How about that? So you really got to look at the situation and say, look, everybody sees that this particular judge is wrong. It's that obvious. Now, I want to know what they're going to do about this judge. Because obviously, if this judge could do something to somebody with the notoriety of Meek Mill, imagine what she's doing to just a random mofo that comes through her court. Wolf went on to explain why he decided to launch the petition in Meek's honor. This petition is designed to show the amount of people who believe that the punishment was harsh and that him being in prison will be a disservice to the youth and the community at large, he added. We humbly ask for your consideration of his sentence. Oh, so this is done for the judge saying, look, lady, you fucked up. We all know. Can you stop acting like you didn't? Other rappers, including Roc Nation boss Jay-Z, has been vocal about their support of Meek as well. The sentence handed down by the judge against the recommendation of the Assistant District Attorney and probation officer is unjust and heavy-handed, wrote Jay. We will always stand by and support Meek Mill, both as he attempts to right his wrongful sentence and then in returning to his music career. See, that's what I think is something that's really not expounded on enough. This sentence goes against the recommendation of the assistant district attorney. So you have to think the district attorney, and it also because the assistant district attorney is probably the one that was handling the case. So both of the attorneys that was involved in the case think that this is unnecessary. Because I'm assuming Meek's attorney also thinks that this is something that did not need to be done either. So Meek's attorney, the defense, and the prosecuting attorney, the assistant district attorney, think that all of this is rubbish and this is not something that should possibly be happening. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, so does the probation officer. And if you want to go a step up, the governor. Obviously, something needs to be done about this lady. There's no telling about how many other men are wrongfully incarcerated because this woman wants to get a shout out on the radio. This is crazy. What happened? She told one dude to go pick her up some freaking cheesecake, and then he didn't pick up the cheesecake because he thought it was a joke, so he had to do a couple years? This is retarded. Meek was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison after he was arrested twice this year. Once in assault in St. Louis and once for reckless driving in New York. The charges on those cases were dropped, but the arrest deemed violations of his probation. Okay, first of all, the whole thing that happened in St. Louis, I don't know what was going on with Meek that day. Look, man, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't think he should have been violated for that. period. But look, if you're a celebrity and you don't want to take a picture with somebody, you got to be ready for them to vent. You got to be ready for them to call you all type of mofos, call your moms all types of different names. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not throwing nothing at you, and you just got to turn and walk away, yo. You just got to be ready for them to be pissed. You're a celebrity. They see you. They want a picture. You don't want to give the picture for whatever the reason is. And it's your right to not give a picture. You don't got to take a picture with everybody that want a picture. That's just facts. So they act out. That doesn't mean that you have to act out with them. You the name. So he should have just walked away from dude. But that's still not a reason for him to have his probation violated. In my opinion. The reckless driving in New York. For everybody that don't know how that situation went, he was like filming a music video or something like that. Up in the Bronx. So he's filming the video. They doing like tricks on the bike. While they doing the tricks on the bike, they go past police cars. The police leave them alone. Let them finish film the music video or whatever the hell they was doing. Then the hip hop police, because there's a hip hop police for everybody that don't know this, was watching his Instagram or whatever, saw the shit on his Instagram, and then contacted the police to get him arrested. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Those charges was dropped. None of these things are really worth having his probation violated. This is crazy. The Philadelphia rapper has been on probation since 2009, stemming from drug and gun case. His probation has been extended due to other violation. Meek Mill's Camp has said it will appeal the judge's sentence. One of his attorneys has also accused the judge of several inappropriate acts, saying that the judge is enamored with the rapper. Those who wish to sign the petition can do so via change.org. Well, anyway, I just made a little slight to a joke when I said Mills Camp, but that was part of a different audio that I did. This is like the third audio that I'm doing. That's part of a different audio that I did that I made a joke in that one. So if you didn't get that one, it's just fine. But it's how I basically, for some strange reason, I always call Meek Mill Meek Mills. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. Anyway, I just think Meek Mill sound dope. You know what I'm saying? Like better than Meek Mill. Like Meek Mill just sounds too, there's something missing there. But Meek Mills just sound like, you know what I'm saying? Something's happening. Anyway, look, man. I want to know what y'all think about this. I think the judge is just absolutely 100% out of line. Like, and not just out of line, but out of line to the point where I think they need to do something about this individual. Like, they really need to look through her records, through her books, how she's been handling cases, everything. Like, she needs to be investigated. But that's my point. That's my opinion. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Leave some comments down there what y'all think about this judge, not for nothing. I want to know what y'all think about this judge. And we're going to go to the next story. So it's not the end. It's one more story. One more story. It's going to be quick. In other news, and I don't know how we should put this. Is this good news? Bad news? I mean, it's bad news that the child was raped. But it's absolutely a great news that the rapist has been incarcerated. Because often, you gotta think, often when you have people that are like brothers or siblings or close cousins or something, nephews, uncles, or whoever of a celebrity, and they do things like this, they get away with it. So, Nicki Minaj's brother has been found guilty of child rape. And so he should be found guilty of child rape. He was, so there was a young girl who, I forget how old she was. She was about 13, 14 years old. And he molested her against her will. And told her that if she told anybody about it, that he was going to sodomize her. So he's getting what he deserved. And they need to give him some real time. Not no fake time. He needs to get real time for this. Also, right here it says Nicki Minaj's brother was found guilty in his child rape trial. A case that has lasted nearly 3 weeks. The verdict for Jelani Mirage, wait, that really was their name? Anyway, came in Thursday in Long Island. He was found guilty of predatory sexual assault against a child and endangering the welfare of a child. He faces 25 years to life in prison. He will be sentenced on December 14th. Nassau County DA Madeline Singis tells TMZ. We hope that today's verdict will help the family in the healing process. TMZ broke the story. Minaj never testified during the trial, despite claims she would by her brother's defense team. Look, she did the right thing. What could she have testified? He did it. What could she have testified? She could have only have hurt her image by even standing further next to somebody who was committed such heinous acts. Like, this is some of the worst things you could do. The worst thing you could do. I mean, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that could be worse than harming a child. Harming a child. Worst thing you can do. I cannot think of anything off the top of my head worse than that. And this is what he's victim of. Pardon me. This is what he's guilty of. And then, like, to tell the woman, to tell the little girl, pardon me, that if she tells anybody about it, you're gonna anally rape her, or if she didn't let him have sex with her some way, he was going to anally rape her. Like, come on now, yo. Like, bad enough. Oh man, he deserved every little whatever he's getting. He's facing 25 years to life in prison. Quite honestly, I don't see why he should be let back out into the public. He's obviously this type of behavior we cannot stand for. This type of behavior is not acceptable. It's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that she even acted like she was gonna go to trial in his freaking defense, like, this is why I'd say, like, no. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as soon as something like this, let one of my relatives be accused of something like this. I'm not standing by them. I mean, if they're just accused, then it's like, okay, let's try to lay down the facts and find out what's happening. But once it's obvious that they did the deed, that the thing that they're being accused of, they are guilty of, and it's something as horrible as this, my dude, you on your own. You so far on your own that I'm on the other guy's side. I'm gonna be, you know what? Why don't you take a seat here? I'm gonna be outside with the people with the pitchforks and the fire, and then we about to get this shit popping. Cause that's what's gonna happen. Family or not, you don't hurt children. It just is what it is. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.